So y'all, today what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be ranking countries on how well I know their history and just how good their history is. So we got these countries down here. S tier is like they got great history. They got great history. D tier is, or S tier is I don't know, or I know much about their history. D tier is I don't know much, or they just have bad history. So let's get started. Ukraine. Okay. Ukraine, I'm gonna go B tier. Here's why. I don't know much about the history. All I know is that right now, obviously, they're in a war. They're in a war with this country right here. So, but I don't know much about Ukrainian history that much. All I know is that they're in a war and the U.S. is their allies. So, yeah. Germany. Oh boy, Germany. S tier history. I love German history. I love social studies. I know much about their history, and when I when you think of Germany, you think of World War II. That is that's what they're well known for, and the Austrian painter. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't think I even can say his name. The Austrian painter. Just leave it at that. If you know, you know. Or the man. If you know, you know. Also, sorry to the Germans if I just offended you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. But oh man, Germany has great history. World War One, World War Two. Then they became our allies. The guy, you know, the man from Germany. Germany has great history. I love World War Two. I love learning about World War Two in social studies. It's just so cool to me. It's just so fascinating what countries were in and weren't in World War Two. This is okay. Here's the thing. Germany has S tier history, but I don't know much about Egyptian history, so I'm gonna put it in A. I know about it. I don't know much, but I'm still putting in A because it has great history. All I know is that Egypt has been around a long time. Cleopatra, and all the things happening and all the things that happen in Germany. You know, Germany and that type of stuff. Yeah. So I don't know much. Okay, U.S. I live in the U.S. Oh man, don't we have S tier history? Egypt does too. It's just from the U.S. we learn U.S. history. Man, the U.S. has great history. As you know, we came from this country right here, there. AKA, I'm doing quotations right now. You can't see it because I don't have camera on, but quote unquote our father because we came from the British. But we had the Declaration of Independence. We had the attacks on us. We've been in World War One, World War Two. That's when we got attacked by this country, which I'll get to later. We have beef with this country, these two, this guy, maybe India. I don't know. But man, the U.S. has some great history, bro. U.S. has long-lasting history. The U.S. is underrated history. When people think of history, they think of Germany, UK, France, Japan, China, India, Spain, Italy. But U.S. has some and Egyptian history too. U.S. has some underrated history. Like, bro, all the things the U.S. has been through is crazy. All the assassinations on presidents and this and that. Whew, the UK. Keep in mind, all these countries have great history. I'm just ranking them on how well I know the history. Bro, UK probably has some of, if not the best history out of any country on this list. No, not actually. They do. They have the best history out of any country on this list. The British history goes way, way back, bro. If you know about British history, again, World War One, World War Two, the Queen Elizabeth, the royal family, the British colonizing, these countries, the British creating the UK, the Boston Tea Party, the housing of soldiers, the blah 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 blah. Also, U.S. has the Constitution, the rights, the Declaration of Independence, Emancipation Proclamation with Abe Lincoln. If you know what that is, you know your history. If you're too young, search it up. But man, bro, UK. I'm putting UK up top, up in the front, because UK has the best history out of any country on this list. Probably behind then US and then Germany. And no, I'm not biased. This is just how the ranking is in terms of history. Bro, the British history is so good, so fascinating to learn about. You know, like all of the wars they've been in, what they've been through, them colonizing stuff. Here come the British are coming. The British are coming. Man, the British were mean back in the day. Russia, A tier. It's going down with Ukraine. Hey, yo, wait, I shouldn't post this. It's gonna get canceled. I'm kidding. I know more about Russian history than Ukrainian history, but I still don't know much Russian history. Again, all I know is that they're in a war. The only big shit, I forgot Korea. It's fine. The only big thing I know about Russia it was um I'm just gonna say Joseph Stalin and the Soviet Union after World War II, and also during World War II, and also 1950s. Joseph Stalin was the leader, just like the big H. If you also know what that means, then yeah. But Joseph Stalin, the 1950s, was the leader of the Soviet Union, or Russia at the time, were mixed with I think it was Ukraine. I think it was like Mongolia, India, China. I don't really know. We're not learning but much about Russian history in social studies, but yes, I know. Oh, Afghan, D tier. I don't know. I don't know about their history that well. Only thing, again, I know about is what they did, is what this country did to the U.S. The 9/11 attacks. If you know, you know. Osama bin Laden. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know much about Middle Eastern history. I don't. So don't tell me. I'm sorry. I don't. Iran, C tier. I know more about Iranian history than Afghanistan history. Oh, also I know the Afghan War, the Afghanistan War. Um, Again, the Iranians were with yeah, with Saddam Hussein and all the ISIS, which is also Afghan ISIS, um the Iran Iraq War, the Iran War. They also have major beef with the U.S. They've done a lot of bad stuff to the U.S. Again, if you know Saddam Hussein, they thought that they were the terrorists. They thought that they were helping out Afghanistan with the 9/11 attacks. If you know, you know. If you know about the 9/11 attacks in these two countries and the effect it had on the U.S. and the U.S. effects on these countries, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're under the age of 10, either one, don't search it up, or two, if you really want to know, go tell your parents, because they should know. Israel. C tier. Israel. I know that. Actually, B tier. Israel. Again, I don't know much about it, but I know more about it than Ukraine, but not more than Russia. I know, obviously, Jerusalem, if you're religious, Jesus Christ, and him growing up there. I know about the bad stuff that's happening over there with Palestine and Israel. Speaking of Palestine, I'll get to that later. Rest in peace, all the ones that died in Israel. And Palestine, but rest in peace. Israel is a great country. Their history with they're well known for Jesus Christ, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, all this. That's what they're known for. Palestine, going down with Iran, C tier. I know that Palestine and Israel have major beef. That obviously they're in some sort of predicament right now. I don't know if it's a war. I think that might have ended. If it's still a war, I'm sorry for all the people that died. But yeah, so that's all I know about. Oh, Japan. Bro, Japan's Japan has it's probably the second best history out of any country on this list. Japan's history, bro, is so good. It goes back to the BC, before Christ. The ninjas, again, World War One, World War Two. If you know, you know. If you know these two countries, keep in mind right now, as of 2025, all these countries are allies. These countries up here are allies. I did not do that intentionally. These countries are allies. Boom, 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 boom. But if you know what... Okay, hold on. If you know about these two countries in World War II, then you know your history. Obviously, Japan, Pearl Harbor, 1941, bombed the U.S., and then Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we nuked. Bombing and nuking is different. Then we nuked Japan, almost wiped out the whole ass country. So sorry for that, Japanese people. Yeah, man, World War II was time. Japan is best known, I'm pretty sure, for World War II and the bombing and getting nuked. But they also have great history. They have great food too. Ninjas, this and that. Japan's history goes way back. China, A tier. The Chinese history, again, China has great food, bro. Chinese food is, oh my god, mwah, 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 chef's kiss. Bro, Chinese food is so good. But the Chinese history, again, U.S. is not like China. The U.S. is not like China, Russia, and these three. These two are okay with the U.S. These ones right now are also okay with the U.S. Oh, and I think Egypt is okay with the U.S. But China, obviously, yeah, they were part... I'm pretty sure China was also part of the Soviet Union when Stalin was reigning. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know much about what happened after World War II. All I know is that the Korean War and Vietnam War... Oh, damn, yeah, I should put Vietnam on here. Vietnam has great history with their war. Korea, the Koreans also have great war. But, again, the Chinese history goes way back. Samurais, their food, everything that happens there. Chinatown, again, ninjas, stuff like that. The samurais, like I said, wars, leaders, wasn't Genghis Khan was Mongolia, wasn't he? Genghis Khan? Yeah, I think Genghis Khan was Mongolia. But the Chinese leaders back in the day had him executed, bro. They had bad... Yeah, their history. All these countries, I think, are pretty much best known for war. Except, like, Great Britain, Egypt, China, Japan, because these four countries have history that go way back. France, A tier. Again, I don't know much about French history. It's going in between. I don't know much about French history. Actually, no, I know more about French history than I know more than Egyptian history. And I know more about Chinese history than Egyptian. Sorry, Egypt. But again, France history. The beef between France and Great Britain still today is insane. Like, France, I bet, is a beautiful country. Paris, the Eiffel Tower, the Mona Lisa is there in France, in Paris. You know? But again, the French history goes pretty far back. Obviously, they were the French Revolutionary War, the um the French and Indian War, the French and Indian War. Um, yeah, you know, these these things. Oh, why did I not put Greece on here, bro? Should have put Greece on here. Greece would have been great. Bro, Greece would have been great. All the Greek gods and stuff like that. Man, Greece would be A tier again. Greece would be A tier history. Mhm. So, yeah, I'm gonna put. No. But yeah, French history. French history is something. It is definitely some. Italy. Boom. Actually, no, yeah. Italy's history again goes way back. The the Romans, the Colosseum, again World War II. The food, bro, Italian food is oh my god, Italian food is so good. Pizza, spaghetti, pasta. Oh my god, so good. Bro, yeah, their history is insane. Um Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar. Who else? Damn. I don't remember. I learned this in 6th and 7th grade. No 6, 7 jokes. I did not mean to do that. I learned this in 6th grade and 7th grade. Please, no 6, 7 jokes. But I don't remember, man. Julius. But again, Colosseum, Julius Caesar. Um, Romulus and Remus. Where's where's Pompeii? Where is Pompeii? I forgot where Pompeii is.